Okay. Hello everyone. Okay. So welcome to my class. Okay. So first of all, this is a trial class for this lesson. Okay. And let me introduce you the semester 2 syllabus first. Okay. Okay. So uh after the first semester, so you all know all the things the syllabus, exam format, all that. Okay, so the same structure. Okay, 6 topic. Okay, so let's go through each of it, each of the topic, and let me tell you something. Some of it you might have some basic in your SPM and maths already. Okay, for example, differentiation and integration. Okay, okay. But there's a lot more in your STPM syllabus lah. Okay, so first chapter is a short chapter called limit and continuity. Okay, so limits actually if you follow me from the semester 1 then you know in sem 1 chapter 2 I would use a limit notation LIM limit, and then in semester 1 if you remember there is one part where if you want to find the sum of infinity, I will write like this. But that time I feel it's a bit unfair to the sem 1 student because you all haven't proper learned the limit yet, but I already want you to do this in your exam. So last time I just call you, oh, just do like that. Okay, just do like that. But this time around, we will learn it properly. Okay, how to find the limits. There are many different types of limits. Okay. Yeah. So by the way, let me show some of the notes that I will use in my class. So it's something like, okay, so first of all, the notes is agak-agak like this lah. Okay, let me show you one of it. This one. Okay, so for example, this is the notes that I use for chapter 9, integration. Okay, so you can see lah. Okay, I will try to highlight each of the different cases. For example, in chapter 9, the main thing is you need to know how to integrate. Okay, in your SPM time, you only integrate not many times. So that time the integration is okay. But in your STPM time, sorry, my sound is a bit okay. In your STPM time, the integration technique, okay, you need to have is you follow the standard of all the pre-university level. Okay, so if you go see A level integration, all the different kind of integration, okay, worldwide, all the syllabus is almost the same because STPM cover almost each and every technique. Okay, for example, you integrate trigonometric function, like this all. Okay, so I will show you all this, and then I have a table of tell you how to integrate each and everything. So this one later is for you to do your own revision. Okay, as always, I will say, oh, in my class, oh, refer to do this question, refer to the notes, which formula, how you can prove this, something like that. Okay, and then for each chapter we have a note, and then I will later compile it into the together in the book in the book itself. Okay, so this is for limit. For differentiation and integration is more or less the same as what you learned in Form 5. It's just that now you are facing more different kind of function. Okay, in SPM time, you only cover this one. Xn, you know how to differentiate Xn, right? Have a quick review. If you want to differentiate Xn, the result is nxn minus 1. Okay, right? Now, never mind, forget it's okay, but we will see what once again. So later you would also know how to differentiate all this, including all the functions you learn in your semester 1. chapter 1. Okay, exponential, logarithmic, trigonometric, inverse trigonometric, and uh, and then you plus, you minus, you multiply, divide the composite function. Okay, you will know how to differentiate and integrate. Okay, and then you can see the rest of them. This one is the application. I believe that this one is also in your SPM syllabus. I think all of them is in your SPM syllabus, if you remember. For example, the use of differentiation in graph sketching. How to find the minimum point, maximum point, point of inflection. Forget it's never mind. Okay, we will see it once again. Okay. Increasing, decreasing, concave up, concave down, stationary, extremum, point of inflection. All this is in our SPM. Okay. Okay, but of course, in your SPM time, there is not that difficult. In your STPM time, there's a lot more complicated function that you can see. Okay, so that one normally would be sometimes it can be in the section B. Section B, they give you one function. Okay, they ask you to find all the points, determine concave up, concave down, all this. And then the last part, part D, for example, they give you 3 marks. Use all the information in your ABC to sketch the graph. This is a very typical question, okay, in your semester 2. Okay, use your chapter 8 knowledge to sketch a graph. Okay, as you can see later. Okay, integration also the similar so you will see all the different kind of function. Okay, macam mana differentiate, macam mana integrate. Okay, but integration will be more funny because some integration is not very easy. So that's why people say, oh, integration is more difficult than differentiation. I think you have heard it a lot, right? Integration is more difficult than differentiation. I will say half correct okay, half correct. Depends on what kind of function. But normally, if you're just talking about the technique, yes, integration is you have more technique to integrate. Okay. Okay, this one is all the integration technique. This one you belum belajar lagi. Okay, this one is not in your SPM time, so it's a new thing. One good news is, you remember in semester 1, I tell you partial fraction you need to bring in your SEM 2, correct? So yes, okay, in integration, one subtopic is we will use partial fraction to help us in the integration. So you need to have some, you need to know about you need to bring your SEM 1 knowledge here, okay? Oh yeah. Okay, what kind of SEM 1 thing you need to know in your SEM 2, okay? Let me tell you agak lah. So let me go back to the SEM 1 syllabus, and then let me tell you what kind of thing you need to bring into your SEM 2. Okay, first of all in your chapter 1, yes. Okay, everything in your chapter 1, SEM 1, you need to know, bring into your SEM 2, including graph sketching, including solve equation, including solve inequality. So basically everything. Okay, but it won't be it won't be just a question asking you all the thing in SEM 1. So normally it is like this. For example, the 15 mark section B, maybe just one small part A, they want to ask you about maybe maybe they want to ask you about something in SEM 2, but the technique is solving equation. So that's why you need to know something in your SEM 1, or maybe it's a solving in inequality using number line. So this one is very common. Okay. Okay, so let me highlight especially partial fraction, of course, and solving equation, solving inequality. This technique is a must. Not in just SEM 2, SEM 3 also. Solve equation. But SEM 2, you need more, okay? Especially solving inequality. Okay, one-to-one no need. In SEM 2, they won't ask you about one-to-one. Find inverse that they won't ask you. Domain and range also, they won't ask you directly the domain and range, but you need to know how to sketch a graph. Sketch a graph is yes. So this one is yes. Okay. This one is a yes also. Factor theorem, remainder theorem not apply directly. So I will say half lah. Okay. But you need to know about polynomial. Okay. How to factorize is yes. Okay. You need to know how to factorize lah. Because when you do partial fraction, sometimes you need also, right? Okay. Graph, yes. Okay. Property of log, yes. Okay. Property of log, yes. Okay. In chapter 9, a lot of the technique you need to use lah. Okay. This one also for trigonometric function. This one is not. The focus in your semester 1 is ask you to the sine and cos, right? Together and then write in r cos theta plus alpha. Okay. So no need lah. Okay. Go back already. Okay. But this one, if you remember, I say is the focus of your 1.4 trigonometric function. Okay. But I don't know it's lucky or unlucky that it's not in your exam this time. But I always focus this one much, okay? But not in the SEM 2 lah. SEM 2 tak payah guna ini. Tapi SEM 2 kena ada all the addition formula, yes, okay? You will. Let me think, addition formula. Okay, I would say, trigonometric identity. This one, yes. Double angle formula, yes also. Addition, you better remember lah, okay? But the more common one is trigonometric identity. Maksudnya sine square plus cos square equal to 1. And then there are two more, right? Tangent square plus 1 equal to secant square. Cosecant plus 1 equal to cotangent. That one. Okay, balik. Okay, never mind. Okay. Solve simple trigonometric inequality is also a yes. This one, you must remember how to solve a simple inequality. For example, sine theta equal to 1. For theta in something like this, okay? Because I tell you what, yesterday only I do an intensive class with your semester 2 student, right? Ulangan, they are taking ulangan. So yeah, this one yesterday, this one is one of the sub question. In one of the sub question, they ask you about this, but it's not directly like this. It's after you use the knowledge in your SEM 2, what sampai you jumpa ini, so you gonna solve ini lah. You gonna solve the trigonometric equation. But normally it won't be very difficult. It is an easier one. They want to test you whether you still recall back the basic knowledge in your semester 1. So you need to have all the things in your SEM 1, almost all the things in your SEM 1, but the basic one. At least you know how to do the most basic question. For example, like this one. Okay? That is for chapter 1. Okay, chapter 2. Chapter 2 no need. Chapter 2 no need to know. Okay? Maybe if you want also, okay, I think no need. No need for chapter 2, but it's very interesting topic in chapter 11 that you will find some similarity between chapter 2. So I would say you not need to memorize the things, but maybe you can recall some of it. Okay. Later when we reach chapter 11. Okay, macaroni series is also a series. Okay, matrices. Okay, matrices, no need also. But you need to know how to solve a system of linear equation. Okay. but need to know. This one actually, when you come in semester 1, I already tell you lah. Solve the basic linear system, especially 2 by 2 is yes. Okay, 2 by 2 is yes. 3 by 3, you can get in your calculator lah. So not many times you will see 3 by 3, but in case there is, so you need to have basic lah, how to know, the elimination and substitution. No need to use a matrix to solve a system. But elimination, basic elimination and substitution, yes lah. Okay, it is still in the solving equation part. Okay. So that's for chapter 3. Chapter 4, no need also. Chapter 5, yes. But just a bit, you need to know how to sketch the graph. You might be asking, teacher, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, need to know also. Okay, let me tell you the truth lah. The truth is, there's 2 years in your in the history from 2030 until today. There's 2 years, 2 questions, okay, which they won't ask you to draw the ellipse directly, but that one is in the integration part. They want you to draw the graph, and then they ask you to integrate, finding the area, finding the volume, that one. Okay, so you need to know the basic how to draw. So you need to know how to draw only how to draw. I won't say draw, sketch lah. Okay, sketch. No need to know the focus, directrix, that one no need. Okay, but you need to know how to sketch. The simple one, how to sketch. Ellipse kena keluar 2 kali. Parabola, yes, parabola also come out. Okay, hyperbola so far I don't see lah, but these 2 come out, it can there's also a possibility lah. Okay, give you a hyperbola. Okay, so that one is for chapter 5. Chapter 6, no need also lah, luckily. Okay, so chapter 1 almost all. Chapter 5 a bit. Chapter 3, I won't say it's actually chapter 3 lah. Just some of the solving simultaneous equation. Okay, solving simultaneous equation. This one 2 by 2 lah. Maybe sometimes 3 by 3 also. Sometimes 3 by 3 can be difficult. Means you have 3 unknown, 3 equations. Okay. So that is the STEM 1 knowledge you need to have lah. Don't worry, when I reach the part where you need to recall back, I will help you to recall together. Okay. Okay, let's go back to our STEM 2 syllabus. Okay. So all this lah is the new technique lah. Yeah, this one is a new technique. I mean new technique compared to your SPM. This one SPM also already cover, which is how do you use the knowledge in your integration to help you to find area, find the volume, right? You remember this one in your SPM? Integration is sama dengan cari area under the curve. Betul. Kalau A sampai B, right? So if you find the integration from A to B, this one is y equal to fx. If you find this integration, it's actually finding the area under the graph. This one. And also the volume lah. The volume rotated. That one. So this one you learn in your SPM time. Again, it is in STPM. Now the same technique, but with more combination because you have different function. So the application is different. For example, just now I mentioned about the ellipse, right? There is 1 year, they give you the ellipse like this. They give you the ellipse like this. The very basic ellipse only. They ask you to sketch, and then they say, oh, find the area, this one. They ask you to find the area of this. So you see, there's actually a bit of the connection between SEM 1 and SEM 2. In SEM 1, you learn how to sketch. In SEM 2, you learn how to find the area. Okay? Okay? Don't worry, it will be very interesting. If you really follow one by one from my class, I will explain this all thing. Okay? Okay. Okay, finish lah, chapter 9. Okay, chapter 10, 11, and 12 is new to you. Okay? Differential equations. Okay, differential equation. Okay, so it's your first time to see this new words, right? Differential equation. Okay. But I teach a lot of differential equation. Me myself as a student in my university, I also took 5 different subjects related to differential equation. So you can say I'm a master in differential equation, but that is not my final goal. Okay, anyway. Okay, differential equation is it means that you have an equation. For example, related your x and y. You have your x and y. Okay, normally in the normal function is y equal to, for example, x squared plus x. It's a function. This one is called a function. Okay, or just a normal equation. Okay, normal equation. But when you have this term in your equation, what is dy dx? The differentiation. Correct? Differentiation. Okay, or you can say the use another more logic word is, this is the gradient, correct? Okay, never mind, forget also never mind. Just go through only. Dy dx you learn in your chapter 8. That one is you find the gradient of the curve, right? So when the gradient of the curve and also together with the y and the x is in one equation, we just call it a differential equation. That is the term of it. Okay. So our purpose, the purpose of this topic, you see, is also a very small topic only, 14 hours. Compared to chapter 8 and chapter 9, 28, because a lot of function you see, a lot of things you need to know how to differentiate, how to integrate. That's why the learning hour is more focused on chapter 8 and chapter 9. And I tell you, it is a must. One section B question is coming from 8 or 9, or maybe both. So your target is actually very clear. But I tell you, it's not very easy. Chapter 8 and chapter 9, if we come out in the section B also, it will be a long question. It's either a long graph sketching, or it's either a long question related to finding area, finding volume using integration. Okay, must at least one section B from chapter 8 or 9, or both. Okay, you see what I'm saying, correct or not? Because limit, differential equation, the last two topics, not many things can ask in a long question. So most probably will be these two topics. Okay, at least one. Okay, the purpose of differential equation is you need to find the y. That's simple only. Find y. What is the function y that satisfy this equation? Okay, this is just a simple introduction. Okay. Okay, so we will have two methods: separation variable and linear variable. We will see later what does it mean. Okay. Okay, chapter 11, we will see Macaronin series. Okay, so this term series, right? So you are not very unfamiliar with series. In your SEM 1 chapter 2, you learn about series. So this is a special type of a series. It's a special type of a series. Okay, I'll give you an example. the most basic example is, it's like this. They are asking about, can you put a function, for example, ex. Ex is one of the function very common in your semester one. So the idea of this chapter is they want you to write your ex is equal to some other thing. This some other thing for ex is 1 plus x squared over 2 factorial plus x cubed over 3 factorial plus da da da, so on. You might think nonsense here at this point, but never mind. We will learn together how to find what is the series. This one we call Maclaurin series of ex. If you plot the graph of this one and compare with this one, they are exactly the same. Exactly the same. I will explain what is the meaning later. Okay? So the purpose of this chapter is we learn about this one. And what is the application of Maclaurin series. Okay, we will learn about the application also. Okay, finally, numerical methods. Okay, this one is actually numerical, just the meaning of the term. Numerical means approximate method. We find the approximation. Okay, what approximation? Approximation to the roots. For example, ex plus x equal to 0. This simple equation, you have no way to solve it using all your knowledge in Sem 1. You have no idea to how to solve this equation. Meaning that you nak cari dia punya roots kan. You learn both sides or do whatever lah. You can't find the answer. Because the thing is, because here is 1x, here is 1x. It's at a different position. You cannot like factor out or something like that. You cannot. Okay? So you must introduce something called numerical methods. So this one will be very, very close to the real life application. So in our real life, we have many equation like this. You cannot find the solution. So you can only find the numerical solution. You have how to approximate the solution. Find a value that is very, very close to the exact value. Okay. So in 12.1, we find this. In 12.2, numerical integration, maksud dia macam ini. So in your chapter 9, some of the graph, you cannot find the area directly. So you also need to apply some approximation method. Okay. So in STPM, you learn one method, which is called the trapezium method, trapezium rule. Okay. It's like this. Roughly speaking, if you use some trapezium, okay, you in Form 5 or Form 3, you learn about trapezium. Okay, forget it's never mind. But meaning that we use some like a rectangle okay, but it's not rectangle, it's trapezium. We use some trapezium at the trapezium area of the trapezium as an approximation to the integration. Okay, we do like this. Let's say I separate into 3 trapezium, and then I find the area of the trapezium, because area of trapezium is very easy to find. So after I find these 3, I plus together, I say, oh, the area is approximately equal to this, like that. Okay, that is just roughly speaking of your whole syllabus. Okay. Okay. Anything else? You want to ask something? If not, we can start a bit of our chapter 7. Okay. Okay. So this one, so this word later I will highlight this part. Okay. So this word is for all those who didn't listen just now before I record the meeting. Okay. So what did I say just now? Okay. Yeah, actually I should say this one first. Okay. So For those of you who watch the recording, okay, you might be my student or not be my student, but let me just explain in general about my class. Okay, so I will give you a book. This book will include past year question. Okay, or from 2013, the starting of your syllabus, you are the last batch until the latest one. Okay, until the latest one, the one your senior just finished. Okay, and also some more older than 2013. Okay, so that one will be some other practices. So the exercise will be very, very enough. Okay, if you want to practice. And then this one is just now I say the preference of your revision. You must do past year question. It's either you do earlier by the time where your teacher teach this knowledge. Okay, your homework you do past year question, or you do the checkpoint first. After you learn everything, when you want to do revision, you do past year question. But whichever method, you must try at least one time for each of the year. If you haven't do so, you need to do, because you need to know the standard, and some of the question NPM might recycle. You know what I mean? Recycle the same question. They did before, recycle the exactly. I have seen the most crazy case is they recycle the whole section B. But the last time they came out is like the old syllabus 2005. 2005. 2005, they copy and paste the same question put in the section B. This one happened in semester 3 last year, mathematics M. Exactly same question. Maths T also pernah buat, but it's not section B lah, section A. Okay, so that's why it's very useful lah to practice a past year question. Okay, most of the homework I give in the class will based on the past year question. Okay, so I would say when I teach, okay, today we learn this. The similar one you can do this, like that. Okay, and then the last but not least is some of the trial paper. Okay, just now I explained okay, trial paper is a trial paper. Some of the trial paper quality is different. The standard is different. Some very difficult, some very easy. Okay, so unless you have a teacher help you to select the trial paper, give you to do, then okay, no problem. But in case you want to do your own revision, you want to find the trial paper, okay, you need to select it very well. If you select the too difficult one, actually the exam is not that difficult. So you are how to say, not only just wasting your time, and also make you not so confident about the question. Okay, but also don't find the too easy one. Let's say if you find a question, a trial paper that is good, one thing you can do is, what is the name of the school? And you try to find the previous year and the next year. I mean, all the different year but for the same school. Maybe that school trial paper is good. Okay, you go to do your own research lah. Okay, for now I can't tell you which trial paper is good. Okay, but do your own research. Okay, which one is good? Okay, so my class for now, let me set it to be every Monday, 7:30 to 10. Okay, in case if I need to change syllabus, I will put some extra class. The monthly tuition fee is 70 ringgit. Okay, that's all of the general words. All right. So because you haven't have the knot yet, so I can't do so many things here. Wait, ah. Okay, what I already explained, right? Syllabus about my class. Okay, finish. Okay, now let us start a bit the topic on limit. Okay, wait, ah. Let me see if is there anything that I can send you first. This one is the old one, the old version, but some of it you can use. Okay, yeah. One more thing, sorry. This is what I do in last year lah, your senior batch. I have do some of the homework, so you can see this is the example. This kind of question, this kind of homework, I type myself for you to practice lah. Okay, so I will resend it lah. Okay, I will resend it the homework. Okay, and also the solution. Some have solution, some most of it have solution. Okay, so okay, let me see. What else I can give you? Perhaps I can give you the notes of my chapter 7. Okay. So yeah. Uh, which one? Okay, never mind. Let me send in our group. For those of you who are alone, I just send the file to you lah. Okay. Sorry that I didn't send in earlier because I can't figure out yet what material I want to use. Okay, wait Let me send you about okay. Okay, wait, let me open chapter limit. One more is okay. Okay, now I send in the group first, in the WhatsApp group lah. Okay, later I will give you all the Telegram group, but sometimes I send Telegram is faster. Okay, now I send in the group first. For all the individual who try the question, I will send to you now. See whether you have received or not. If you haven't received, let me know 1 minute later. Okay, I think this guy, this one, this one, this one. I can't remember. Sorry. Okay, this one. Okay, I can set almost 3 per time. Okay, who else? Okay, this person, this person, this person, YC issues. Okay. Yeah, I think I have sent you already. You can check it. Okay, so I have sent you 2 files. All right. Receive, right? Okay. This is the example of my note. Okay. Okay, let me open it here. Ada kan? Ada kan? Yo ah. Okay. Oh, okay. Someone haven't get it. Sorry. Okay, okay. I think because it's too early. Yes. Oh, not just you. Okay, wait. There's one more. Okay, wait. One more. Quizzing. Okay, good. Right. How do you see? Receive, huh? Okay, good. So you are SEM 2, 2025. Okay. Uh, this is the third time I have been teaching this class. I mean, teaching semester 2. 2 years ago, I started first time. Okay. Ah, yes, correct. 2 years ago, I started the first time. So you are the third batch that I teach. Okay. For your knowledge, I'm the 2021 year student. Okay. So means your senior. I'm 4 year older than you. Now it's 23. Okay. And then my luckily my SDPM I got a fourth flat, but I couldn't get into UM. Now I'm in UPM. Okay. So pure math is my major. Okay. I'm studying in pure math. So this is my thing lah. Okay. So I'm very okay. All right. So you have two files here. Okay. You have two files here. Okay. Sorry, not this one. This one and one more. Uh, actually one more lah. I can send you one more. Okay, let me send you one more file. Okay, because this one is the past year question. I haven't sent you the past year question example, but I can send you the chapter 7. Okay, but not the full one. This is what I use in the ulangan for them. Okay. Okay, wait then you can see lah. How is it looks like. Okay. So let me send you one more. Okay, it's the time for me to forward. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Another one. Think so. Right. So I have sent you 3 files. So the latest one is about the past year question that you can see. Okay. Of course, past year question you can find in everywhere else, right? But I have the complete version. This one is not the complete one, but the one that we use in the class, the book will be a complete one. Each question, there will be a space for you to write 1 pages per one question. Okay, so let me open it here. Okay, so this one is the past year question example. Okay, but don't worry, it's like this. One question, and then I will put one blank space. This one the other. Semua dekat belakang. Okay, so you can have the space for you to write the solution. All right, so you become a book. Okay, so these are some of the example. Okay, this one is a knot, but the knot is a simple version of the knots. Okay, I write the important things on. Okay, there's one more thing. Oh, one more thing is just a bonus to you. I think so. This one is just a very it's kind of infographic because oh, this one is kind of infographic. So it's like a summary of a short summary of chapter 7 and chapter 8 together. Okay. This one is for you to see the different case of what you have learned. Okay, in your chapter 7 and chapter 8. All the different kind of limits and continuity we discussed lah. Okay, and the differentiability. Okay. So why we learn limit? Okay, so let me explain in very simple words. Why we learn limit is because in semester 1, right, you see the simple function. You see the simple function. Okay, and in this semester, in chapter 7, we discuss about whether the limit exists. Okay, what does it mean? Use a very simple example to explain. Is you can look at this first example. For example, you will see some function like this. Don't say, teacher, this one is very weird. Yes, it's very weird. But it's the example of why a limit cannot exist at a point. For example, if you look at the point x equal to 0, okay, coming from the right side, the value is 1. Coming from the left side, the value is -1. In this case, both sides is different value. So we say the limit does not exist. Yeah, the limit does not exist. Okay. I would explain in a while lah. Okay. I will explain in a while, but this is not. I think this is not our topic today. Okay. We will cover in next lesson maybe. Okay. And sometimes you can have some. If you notice in your semester 1, this one you have seen before. For example, 1 over x. The graph of 1 over x is like this, right? So you also discuss about when x equal to 0. When x equal to 0, from the right side, it go to infinity, positive infinity. From the left side, it go to negative infinity. In this case, also we say the limit does not exist. So here in the notes, I have put a short form. DNE maksud dia does not exist. Okay, does not exist. Tak ada lah, tak ada limit. Okay. Okay, some of the very special case, don't worry. This is not in your exam. This one won't be in your exam, but this one is just for your curiosity. One of the special limit. Okay. Yes, we do have a graph like this. If you try to plot it using your graphing calculator, my favorite one that I use in the class is Desmos. 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 Have anyone you heard about this? If you are in my class before, of course, right? Desmos. There's an online calculator. There's an app version in your phone also. You can download it. This one will be very useful. Okay. Download it. Don't even need a Wi-Fi to do. Okay. So in your class, you can do this. Okay. So for example, teacher asks you to sketch a graph, but you want to check your answer. So you open Desmos, type the same function in your calculator. For example, in your Desmos, you type this one. Let me show you. Okay. So in my class, I will demonstrate some of the different way to learn mathematics. Okay, not just that, oh, we learn it like just do example question. You can also learn from the other side, which is very beautiful. Okay, let me type a function. Let me type a function sign. You can open it in the function here, or else you just type SIN. And then you tekan 1 over x, 1 divided by x. This is one of the very special function, okay, that I like to show the case of limit does not exist. Okay, if you are using iPad or your laptop, you can zoom, or if you're using phone, you can zoom it. Zoom it, you would see very nice, very special behavior here. Okay, the graph come like this. If you can use your hand to, how do we say, expand,拉长 the x-axis, again you will see something like this. Okay, again you will see the phenomena. I call this is oscillating. Okay, in physics, you turn back and forth, turn back and forth. I call it oscillate. Oscillating. Okay, this is a very special thing, but you won't see this function in your STPM, of course. But it's just a showcase how limit does not exist. Okay, for more information, you can find it online version. But today I just want to show how you can plot a graph. You can plot any other graph, for example, y equal to ex. Just type e to the power of x. Then you can see the graph also, right? You can see the graph also. What kind of graph you want to plot? Not only just the function, you can plot, for example, ellipse, x squared over 4 plus y squared over 9 equal to 1. Here you can see an ellipse also. So there are many, many different things you can check with your calculator. This is the showcase of the smalls. Okay. Okay. Okay, the down part, I don't want to look at it first. Okay. By the time where I finish the syllabus of these 2 chapters, we will record together. Okay. So the first example of our class, let me give you a very simple limit. Okay. Limit x approaches 1. I will explain the meaning later, don't worry. Write it first, okay? The first example of today. X squared minus 1 over x minus 1. Okay? Okay, can this one, okay? Okay, now let me explain the meaning of this one, okay? Let me explain the meaning of this one. I will use a bit different way to teach, if you notice in my class, because this is my favorite subject. I don't use I don't follow a textbook, okay? So I use my own way to teach. Okay. Kali ini, what is inside the limit? This is what the function is, okay? So y equal to x squared minus 1, x minus 1. Okay, I want to explain the meaning first. So can we try to plot this graph in your calculator first? Okay, let us plot to visualize what's happening. Okay. Okay, let me just all this thing. Okay, now let me plot the graph of y equal to, you can do together also. A fraction, if you want to do a fraction, just type divide. Okay, x squared minus 1 over x minus 1, for example. Oh, why is it a straight line? Okay, never mind. Later you will see why. Okay, correct. Y equal to x squared minus 1 over x minus 1. Okay, it looks like a function like this. Okay, now, you say, teacher, this is just a linear function, right? Okay, so, okay, later you will see why lah. Maybe some of you can already see why is it a linear function, right? X plus 1. Okay, never mind, we will explain later. Okay, the meaning of finding a limit is actually in your exam. Let's say I give you a question like this. I ask you to find the limit. So you need to tell me what is this equal to. This is a number. Using a graph to explain is if you plot the graph x squared minus 1 over x minus 1, what is the value when x approaches 1? This is the meaning. When x approaches 1, okay? We always write x, we put an arrow to a number. Means that x approaches approches x approaches 1. If you think approaches is too hard for you to imagine, means x is close to 1. When x is close to 1, close to the number 1. Okay? Okay, what happened? Okay, meaning what happened to this function when x is close to 1? What is the value? What is the value when x is close to 1? Okay? Now let me write down. So to ask what is the value of a limit is the same as asking what is value of the function. This one is the function, y equals something, right? Function when x is close to 1. When x is close to 1. Okay, boleh. Okay, it's actually very in Chinese we say very kanta. Why do we need to ask a so imagine question? Ask a so abstract question, right? In semester 1 is very direct. You see, in sem 1, if you want to find a function, it's very direct. For example, you're asking, if you want to find f1, you say find f1. Why you say you want to find a value when x is close to 1? Why don't you say you want to find directly at 1? This is a very important question. Okay, why we not saying find f1? In your sem 1, is direct. Find f1, or maybe in your SPM time, you already learn how to find a function at a point x equal to 1. Okay, but this time around, we use limit, then this is the explanation. Okay, let me explain why. Okay, y equal to this one, meaning that a function, you remember, if you don't want to use y equal, you can write fx equal also. Okay, it's the same meaning of a function. Okay, okay. Now let's see if we want to find f1, apa jadi? Apa jadi? Let's say f1. Do you think you can get a value? Right? So using your idea in your SPM or SEM1 knowledge, okay, if I give you this is a function, if you want to find f1, you say, okay, substitute x equal to 1. So you have 1 square minus 1 over 1 minus 1. What is this value? Numerator is 0. Denominator is also 0. So this is 0 over 0. Okay? Do you think this is a number? So actually, this is undefined. This one is undefined. If you type in your calculator also, what is 1 square minus 1 over 1 minus 1? It will show you undefined also, correct? Or math error. In calculator, math error. right? Okay, but let's look at this problem. If I don't want to find at 1, because I it's undefined at 1. But what about when we discuss the value when it is near about 1, it is close to 1, but not exactly 1, close to 1. Okay, now let's look at this graph. Okay, okay, so let's do something. If you using laptop, use your mouse to click the graph and then to drag, okay, to drag over it. If you are using hand, then that is easier, lah. Okay, okay. So you can see, actually the decimals will show like this. They will give you the point. They will give you the point. Okay. Okay, they will give you the point. What is the x coordinate and what is the y coordinate? Okay. Now I want you to do one thing. Let's move it close to 1. I mean, let's move it at x equal to 1, and you see what happens. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What calculator show you? Do you see that? When x is equal to 1 is undefined, right? What actually we have done? Because at x equal to 1, you cannot get the value, right? You cannot the other value. Okay? Wait, No, sorry, I screenshot the wrong thing. Okay. Right? So okay. Now when x is equal to 1 is undefined, right? We have already shown it that 0 over 0 cannot have any value, math error. But if you look at this graph, now we don't talk about exactly at 1. Exactly at 1 is undefined. But what about if we're talking about when it is close to 1? I put an arrow like this, meaning that you're coming from you're coming from left and right, but when you close to 1, approaching 1. Okay. It can be seen that actually at x equal to 1, if you look at the graph, supposingly it has the value 2, right? Supposingly it has a value 2. We're talking about limits. If you're discussing about the value close to 1, there is a value. Because your function will approaching 2. How can see? So if you open again your calculator, okay, now don't look at 1, but you look at some value that is very close to 1. What do you see? Let's say I talk about 1.1. 1.1. The value of y is 2.1. Okay, 1.1, the value of y is 2.1. I want to take a screenshot, but it's very difficult for me to do this because my hand is running away. Okay. Okay. Let's take one more picture of 0.01. Is it possible? Not possible. Let me zoom again. 0.0. Yes. Okay, I'm happy now because I can screenshot it. Right? Okay. Can take the picture. Okay, now let's see about these two pictures. In these two pictures, we see the value when x is equal to 1.01. and 1.001, meaning that the value becoming closer and closer to 1. This is the x value, huh? And the y value, 2.01, 2.001, looks like it's getting closer and closer to 2, correct? Okay, it looks like it's closer to 2, okay? Okay, so now the idea is, let me tell you that the very beginning, the idea of limit actually come from here. So those person, they ask, okay, now if we do a table, small table, if we do a simple table of x and fx, okay, this function, okay, let's say we talk about 2.1, 2.01, 2.001. Okay, as you can see, if you substitute 2.1, you get, oh, sorry, not 2.1, I mean 1.1, because I want to get closer and closer to 1, right? Okay, so 1.1, 1.01, 1.001. Okay, the fx function, one thing is you can use the graph, okay, but if you use the graph, it's very difficult. Just use your calculator to type, boleh. Okay, now I know that you all know how to use lah, but normally in my class, I will do the demonstration of how to use a calculator. So, okay, I have I hope you are using the same model as I use lah. So we are using the latest version, latest calculator lah. This is the best calculator you can bring in your exam, 570EX. Make sure that this is the model of the calculator. Okay, I will show what I type here. Okay, so one way you can do, if you want to get a function value at different point of x, is do a fraction. Okay, just copy the same pattern of your function. If you can put x below the on button, x squared minus 1, go down, numerator x minus 1. Okay, one fast way is press calculate, CALC. Press calculate, put the value you wish to find. Let's say I want to see what is the value of this function at point 1.1 when x equal to 1.1. When x equal to 1.1, equal, press 2 times equal, somehow the calculator is like that. Press 2 times equal, you will see the value, 21/10. If you don't want the value to be in a fraction, press the S, change to D, from fraction, change to decimal, 2.1. Okay, 2.1. And if you wish to continue, that's why the purpose of using this is, don't press SC, don't press on button, unless you will lose everything. Press again, calculate. Straight away, press calculate again. Then they will ask you again, what is your new x you want to see, you want to try? Okay, now I already know my first value. I want to try 1.01 now. Equal. Remember the value, lah? Okay, put into decimal, 2.01. One more. Remember, and then plug in the table later. 2.001. Okay, this is just a showcase of calculator. I screenshot because I will put in the PDF. So don't worry, after every time the class, I will send you the PDF of what I have brought in the class. Okay. Okay. So using this one, oh, sorry. Okay, I will attach the calculator here. This one is all the key I press. If you cannot follow at the time, at the moment, you can just follow this one. All the pressing button is the same in your calculator bit, because this one is the official calculator. Okay, so I think it's exactly the same, just the color is different. Some of you using blue, some are using pink, and my one is blue. Okay, some of you is like this. Okay, so the value is 2.1, 2.01, 2.001. Okay, okay. So you boleh nampak dia punya pattern ke tak? Can you see the pattern? Right? If we keep doing this process, the x getting closer and closer to 1, fx will getting closer and closer to 2. Correct? So this one, if I keep doing this, I put a dot, 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 meaning that I keep doing the same process. Okay? Until it will, but I don't put exactly 1. If you put 1, calculator will show you what math error betul. Hey, why my calculator? I want to redo again. Never mind. Let's say I have a same function just now. Okay, if I press calculate, you cannot calculate at 1, right? If you press 1, apa jadi? Undefined, math error. Betul? Math error. So, in the case where you cannot see your value directly, that's why we learned this chapter, how to find the limit. But the graph part is all the idea I've shown you. It's not really what you did in your exam. I will show you at the end of today's lesson. Okay, what is the correct method to do in your exam? Okay, so this is a math error. Okay, now, so here I won't put 1 exactly, but I will put an arrow. I say 1, meaning that the value is approaching 1. It's getting closer, and closer to 1. At the same time, your fx is getting closer and closer to 2. Okay, I cannot put 1 exactly, cannot put 2 exactly, but I can put closer, I can put closer to. Okay, so actually, using this idea, now we can answer this question. Okay, if you want to find the limit of this function when x getting closer to 1, meaning that what is the value of the function as we do in the table just now? When x is getting closer and closer to 1, as you already see, the value of fx is getting closer and closer to 2. So, actually the answer for this question is 2. Okay, is 2. Okay, the answer for this question is 2. But for the first time, I don't wish to use the standard method. I use a different method, the graphical method, to show you the answer. Of course, you cannot do this in your exam, but you can use this as a checking method in your calculator. Okay, so I've told your seniors, because I don't do this during my class. My teacher didn't told this to me, but it's actually you can check your answer using calculator in this way. If you want to find a limit in your calculator, you do like what we have done just now. You put the function, okay, and you substitute the x closer and closer to the value you want, okay, and you see what is the answer getting closer and closer to. Paham? Paham maksud saya? Okay, so you haven't learned the proper method, but you already learned how to check your answer, which is put the function, substitute one by one. The value of your fx, you need to have some imagination. Okay, what is this value getting closer and closer to? 2.1, 2.01, 2.001. If you have more zero here, it's very close to 1, right? It's very close to 1. This one is close to 2. Sorry, I mean close to 2. This one is very close to 1. Betul? So that is the method to check lah. Okay, so that is the method to check. All right, boleh? Okay, So far, we have learned two ways to see it. Number one, using graphical method. Use your graph. Number two, use this one, the table value. Okay, the table value. Okay, which I would call it numerical, the numerical approach. Okay, numerical way. So this is number one. Okay, number one, numerical way. Number two, graphical way. Numerical way is when you want to check your answer in your calculator. Okay, if you want to check your answer in your exam. But in exam, you cannot check with graphical calculator. This one is when you do homework, you can use the graphical calculator to check. Okay, check when do homework. Okay. Now, let us talk about the main. Let us talk about the proper way to find it. In your meaning that in your STPM, what is the correct way to find this limit? How do you say is it 2? Okay. Okay, you might be curious now lah. Okay. Okay, let's talk about way number 3. The proper way, the proper way to find. Okay. So in your exam, if I give you a limit, first you have to rewrite everything lah. Limit of it as x approaching 1, x squared minus 1, x minus 1. Okay. Okay. Now, what you need to do is because if you substitute, you get 0 over 0, correct? So you cannot do directly. So what you need to do is you have to make this function in a different format so that when you substitute x equal to 1, it is okay. Okay. Write in different format or different form. The bentuk dia kena lain. If you put x squared minus 1, 0 over 0 lah, there's a 0 over 0. Okay? To avoid 0 over 0. This is the idea of what we want to do. Okay? So the clue is this one. This is the clue. Okay, hints, the hint. Okay, every time you can have the hint. Hint is you look at what x approaches to. For example, x approaches 1, then this is what you do. Okay, first you write x equal to 1. Okay, you write x equal to 1. Because x approaches 1, you write x equal to 1. Okay, bring the 1 to the other side, x minus 1 equal to 0. Right? Make your right-hand side 0. Okay? Okay, next. If you already make your right-hand side as 0, okay, now focus on your left-hand side. What is your left-hand side? This one. X minus 1. Right? X minus 1. Okay? Okay, so this one give you the clue. X minus 1 is something you need to factorize in the numerator and also the denominator. Okay? But let me tell you about the hint. Step 1 is you need to write in a different format. Step 2 is you get the clue, which is this one, x minus 1. Okay, step 3, now you want to make x minus 1, this factor, okay, appear in both numerator and denominator using Mandarin to explain. Okay, if you are not familiar with English explanation, sometimes for the first few lessons, I can use some suggestion. Okay, okay. 意思就是说，你要让分母跟分子都有 x minus one 在，你就可以 cancel the same factor，你可以 cancel 它们，可以把它 cut，OK，啊，两个都要了，这边跟这边，OK，back into English 啊，OK，meaning that but now you see denominator already have the x minus one. Numerator is x squared minus one. You not yet see the x minus one, but you need to use some factorization technique to get the x minus one. Familiar, correct? Okay, never mind. Huh? Let me complete my statement first. Step 3, you want to make the factor x minus 1 appear in both numerator and denominator. Okay? So, apa jadi? Okay. So, now let's check lah. Okay? Now let's check. In the new denominator, already have the x minus 1. So, I give it a tick. But in the numerator, is a x squared minus 1. It's not yet a x minus 1. So, I give it a pangkat. So we need to do something on the numerator, x squared minus 1. Okay? So step 4, let's think about what is the factorization of x minus 1. Okay? We need to factorize x squared minus 1. Because I give you the pangka, you need to factorize until you see x minus 1. Okay? So this one I think is okay for you. Betul? X squared minus 1. You learn how to factorize this in your semester 1. The easiest way is to use a square minus b square. X square minus 1 is x square minus 1 square, right? Okay, formula a square minus b square sama dengan a plus b multiplied by a minus b. So if you're using this, a is your x, b is your 1. So you factorize jadi x plus 1, x minus 1. Okay? If you factorize, you see x minus 1 already now. Okay, I'm happy because I already reached my goal. Yes, correct. Correct. Some of you get the idea already. Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's proceed. Okay. So step 4, you already factorize this one. Okay, now let's substitute back into our equation. Okay. Yeah, step 5, you can start writing. Equal to limit. Okay, everything remain the same, but you need to change your numerator. Okay. X approaches 1. X minus 1 sama sahaja, tapi x square minus 1, you already factorize to x plus 1, x minus 1. Okay? Okay. Now, step 6, the key step is you cut. Cut. You already see the same thing? Cut. Okay? Cut this one, cut this one. Okay? Appear in both numerator and denominator, so you can cut lah. Can cut. Boleh? Okay. Now, don't do too fast. Okay. So after you cut, it's better that you rewrite one more time. Okay. Rewrite one more time. Limit x approaching 1, bracket x plus 1. Correct? Because now this one is 1, this one is 1, denominator is 1. So just 好像看不到这样了。Okay. X plus 1. It doesn't matter. So now is you have only x plus 1. Okay. You have only x plus 1. Okay. So now here is the final step. Okay. If you substitute x equal to 1 now, it is okay. You don't have a problem already because if you substitute x equal to 1, you get 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Boleh. So this is how it is equal to 2 lah. Okay. The proper approach. In your STPM, you should do like this. Baru boleh dapat full mark. Okay. So last, we substitute lah. Okay. Substitute. 1 plus 1 equal to 8 final, 2 final answer. Okay? Boleh? Okay, this one is an explanation in detail lah. Okay, what you have to do in your exam. Okay, this one you must all. This one is not what you need to write in your exam. If I write step one, step two, that one you can ignore. But the proper one is this. This one you have to show in your exam. Okay, but the explanation is like this. All these clue, some of the some of the teacher didn't tell you how you can see this as a clue. Actually, it is a clue. If I tell you x approaching what number, actually normally x minus one is the factor you need to cancel. Normally, okay, we would see some more complicated example. It is not, but that's okay. That is the more complicated case. Okay, boleh. Okay, if this is okay, can I give you a more advanced example? Okay. Now, what about let's look at the past year question. Actually, by the time now, you can already try some of the question. Let me give you. Yeah, let me give you the question. Okay, sorry. It's not yet here, but let me see. Sorry, let me go back to my last year file because I think I need to pick some question from there. Let me see first. Okay, so you can see like wait, okay, never mind. Okay. If you open the past year question example, okay. I don't want to pick the exactly same question because now you just start learning only. It's of course not the time for you to try the real past year question. That one is another level, but that is the basic idea. But one thing we can try is somehow in this question later you want to find this limit. Okay, but now I won't explain it why because it's something to do with the continuity. Okay, but for now, I will take this as an example. Okay, this is an example of the function. So I want to ask, what is the limit as x approaches 1? I give you 2 minutes. Can you tell me the answer? Okay, the idea is very similar like just now. Okay, let's start doing. Now it's your turn. It's a time to do. Okay, a bit different at the factorization part. How you factorize this? Okay, 2 minutes, start now. Okay, any question you can ask. Yeah, some of you already get the answer very fast. Good. Yeah, let's discuss 2 minutes later. Okay, most of you already get the answer. So fast, right? So once you get the idea, actually it's very fast for you to tell. Okay, I think should we proceed? Since most of you already giving me an answer, all of you say 4. Okay, let's see why is it 4. Okay, so if you are okay already, then if you just need to write the proper step, okay, so all the step 1, step 2 you think in your mind, the clue is you need to factorize x minus 1, right? You already see it here, but not yet in the numerator, but you know you want to factorize the numerator. So everybody, all of you here can factorize this numerator easily. X minus 1, x plus 1. Okay. And then you say, okay, I can cut this and cut this. Okay, write one more time before you substitute. Sorry, x plus 3, eh? Sila. So 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Okay, that is the simple case. Okay, let's up one more level. Boleh? Okay, because I see you all are actually, okay, good. Okay, let's try this one. What about this? So you see the question is very direct, evaluate this limit. Okay, this time around might be not so easy. Okay. Okay, this is my challenge now to give you 2 minutes also. See how wise you factorize this. Okay, 2 minutes start from now. Okay, good. Okay, wait, some of you have the answer already, but let's wait for the other. I forget the answer, never mind. Later, let's try again. Cannot. Okay, some of you say, okay, got answer. Okay, but I see some of you have different answer. Some of you say cannot find. Okay, never mind. This is just what happened in the reality, but you need to let's see how to do. Okay. Okay, I see the third answer, third different answer. Okay. Okay. Okay, any else? Let's discuss. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, let's try to see. Okay, so we use the same approach. Okay. Okay, first, this is a function, and then we look at the clue. X approaches to. Okay, so the clue tell you, okay, you maybe need to factorize x minus 2 in both numerator and denominator. Okay, for now, numerator, I already see this one, x minus 2, so yes. But now not yet for the numerator. So meaning that I need to do factorization on the denominator until I can factorize x minus 2. Boleh? Okay, so if you want to factorize the denominator in until you can get x minus 2 as a factor, so this time around, you need to go back to your semester 1 knowledge. Factorization of a polynomial. Apa ni nak buat? Okay, now, actually, actually, you can guess, this one has this factor. So in the long division, you do the long division, this one divide by this. Okay, so you can find what is the quotient, and then you know this one is the multiple of this one. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so step one is this one. We check first. Okay, step two. Let's factorize x cubed minus 8. Okay, most of some of you get the same answer. Okay, let's factorize this one. Okay, so one way to do is long division. Okay, long division. X cubed minus 8. It's at the belakang, you know why? Because this one is a 0, x squared, and 0x. Okay, so x minus 2 is your factor. It's one of the factor. And you want to find what is the quotient. Okay, so I think long division for you is okay. Let's do it. First, x squared, x cubed, minus 2x squared. Okay, that's the purpose why you leave some space here. 2x squared actually is plus 0x. You don't write, it's okay. Okay, plus 2x, 2x squared minus 4x. Right? 4x minus 8 plus 4. 4 multiply x, 4 multiply negative 2, negative 8. Okay? Sampai you boleh factorize lah. There is no remainder because it is a factor, right? In your sem 1 knowledge, no remainder. It must be no remainder. So, what is the conclusion after this long division? Therefore, x cubed minus 8 is equal to, in sem 1, what do you learn? This one, if you do long division, divide by this, meaning that is the product of this one multiplied by this one, correct? Divisor multiply quotient. So this one is equal to x minus 2 multiplied by x squared plus 2x plus 4. Using this as your factorization. Boleh? Okay, so I think now, I think if you know this, then I think you can continue the process. Okay, let's continue together. Okay, so the next step is we substitute this one into our limit. Okay, so x approaches to 6 multiplied by x minus 2. X cubed minus 8 is now equal to the green color one. X minus 2 multiplied by x squared plus 2x plus 4. Okay. This one, let me put in the next page because I need to write something here. But first, you need to do this. Okay? Okay. Okay, now we already see the x minus 2 as the factor. Now we can do the cut. Cut. Okay. Continue to write one more time before you substitute, which is 6 over x squared plus 2x plus 4. Now substitute x equal to 2, 6 over 2 squared plus 2 multiply 2 plus 4 equal to 2 over 6 over 12, which is 1 over 2. Yes, most of you get it correctly. Okay, congratulations. But for those who not able to do, that's okay because it's the first lesson. Okay, this means that you can see now from now. Okay, what are the kind of questions that you can expect? Okay, but never mind. You are trying the real exam question already. So, okay, give yourself a clap. Okay, boleh. Okay, let's see what kind of other things let me see wait. Okay. Okay, Now, I think today we have still have half an hour more. Let us go to the second technique? Can? Okay, so these three examples is what we call the first technique, factorization. Okay, you need to do some factorization and cancel the factor. Okay, so the first method lah, factorization, as shown in this three example. Okay, now let's move on to the second technique. Second technique. So as usual, I want to give you a first example. Yeah. Mm, give me a moment. Uh, wait, I forgot my example. Sorry. Okay. Because the example I choose it purposely. Okay. Second example. Let's try this. X approaches 0. Square root of x squared plus 9 minus 3 over x squared. Okay. Okay. Boleh? Okay. So, when it involving a more complicated function, okay, especially when it has a square root in some way. Okay, this kind around is not easy to use factorization directly. For example, if I say, okay, I want to factorize, but I don't know how to factorize this because this one involves a square root. So you need to apply the second technique. Okay, you need to apply the second technique. Okay, wait. Before we talk about second technique, can I look at two other approaches? Okay, because let me show you the a very interesting part. Okay, let's say this is my example now. Okay, kalau let's go to our first approach. Okay, numerical method. Sorry, graphical method. Okay, I think I need to reopen my Desmos. Okay, let's plot our graph here. Square root x squared plus 9 minus 3 over x squared. Right? Yes, correct. Okay. Okay, let's see what happened here. Okay, so let's say if you say, okay, teacher, you want to use a graphical method, right? So meaning that you want to see what is the value here, right? Okay, same thing happen. If you look at x equal to 0, you can't see anything also. It's undefined, right? But when you make it closer and closer, then you would see it approaches a certain value. But this time around, the value might be not that easy to find. Let's say 1.66. If you're if you're if you are not familiar with this number, you can't guess what is the number. But once you have final answer, you can double check. Yes. Okay. I want to show you one nice thing. Let's do this. Use two finger zoom. Zoom the x-axis. Zoom. Keep zooming, keep zooming. Zoom sampai you see something different. Sampai something like this. When it is very, very small, you see something very nice. Do you know why? Is it the value really like like this? Okay. So actually no lah. Okay. Okay. So this is the one of the nice phenomena lah. Okay. Okay. So it's something nice. I just want to show you lah. Of course, yeah, you won't. Okay, but uh, it's actually our calculator limitation. Even if you use the best calculator in the world, so they only store numerical value. Actually, you know your calculator, they cannot store a fraction. They can show you it is a fraction using some method, but it can't really store a decimal value because the decimal value is like repeating, right? For example, you have 1.33333, many three. They cannot store infinitely many three. They must stop somewhere there. So it's just an approximation. So calculator has their limitation. So this is one of the example. Even if decimal is one of the very good calculator, okay? But when you zoom it in a very small scale to see, it actually has this behavior. But in fact, actually, it shouldn't like this. The graph should be like this. The proper, if it's really a good graph, it should be like this. And then this one is a open dot. Why is an open dot? Because it's undefined over there. So that's why we use an open dot. Okay. Later we will, in continuity, we will learn more about this lah. Okay. When it is open, undefined, you put an open dot. If it is defined, you put a closed dot. Okay. 这个是空心的 ，OK， 空心的。Okay, this one is actually the proper one. The proper one should be like this. Okay, the second interesting thing is this one is related you. So some of you might see this as a very interesting fact. Okay, second. Okay, now we talked about the graphical calculator has a limitation already. What about our calculator? What about the scientific calculator you use in the exam? Do you think it works? Let's try to use this example. Hey, I don't know why, I need to log in again. Normally 2-3 hour, they will keep me logged in, but don't know why today. Okay, let's say, teacher, let's check with calculator. Okay, so let's start our function inside. Square root x square plus 9 go out minus 3 over x squared. Okay, let's calculate. Okay, so this limit is approaches 0. X approaches 0. So you want to put a value that is very close to 0, or means it is very small. Okay, let's put 0.01. Okay, equal, you get 0.1666666. Okay, so this is one thing. So some of you, if you are familiar with this number, you can guess what's the value, right? Okay, let's do one more. Let's do some more. Some of you, if you put a too small value, for example, 0.000001. Let's say you say, oh, I want to get really a very good value. I put something like this. Equal. What happened? What happened here? The calculator shows 0. Do you think 0 is the answer? Okay. Do you think 0 is the answer? 0 is not the answer, right? Which one do you think is correct? You say, teacher, bukan ke kalau the value is more closer than the approaches value, isn't the value should be better and better? But why this one, when I put 0.00001, is very close to 0 already, but why the function is 0? Does it mean that this limit is 0? So actually, not also, okay. This is a very special example. Never mind. Let's find the value first, and then we see which one is the correct one. Okay. 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 Now, okay, after you have seen these two methods, they have their own limitation. Okay, they have their own disadvantage. Let's work it, use the proper way. Okay, so in your exam, in the proper way to find this value is you need to apply a technique called multiply by the conjugate over conjugate. Okay, conjugate over conjugate. So first step is you see where it has a square root. Because this kind of factorization is difficult at the square root part. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Uh, where is the square root? Okay. Where is the square root? The square root is at, but you don't circle this one. I mean, I want you to highlight the numerator or denominator. Numerator or denominator. So this one, the numerator is the part where you have a square root. Okay, first part. So second, you want to ask yourself, what is the conjugate of this one? Okay, apa maksud conjugate? It's not the complex conjugate you learn in from chapter 4. It's the third conjugate you learn in your SPM Form 5 or Form 4 at maths. So here I shouldn't say conjugate, I should say third conjugate. Talking about the third conjugate. Faham maksud dia? Okay. Third conjugate, how to find? Like this, In okay, in my notes here, if you open the second page, here multiply by the conjugate over conjugate method lah. Okay, is here I have give you some simple notes. Okay, I have give you some simple notes where these are the common type of third you see. It's either a plus third or third plus some number a. Okay, a plus third b or third a plus b, or it can be minus lah. Okay, or both is third a plus third b or minus. Okay, for each of them, what are the conjugate? What are the conjugate? Okay, okay, but this one you can check it later lah, But for now, the simple way to find the conjugate is, okay, look at this part. What is the sign between two terms? Okay, you need to ask a small question, What is sign between two terms? If this is very long, in simple, it's just that this is one term, the third. This one is the term without the third. Between them is a negative. Okay, it's a negative. So the third conjugate is you just copy and paste, but change the but tukar the sign. Negative jadikan positive. Okay. So the third conjugate is square root x squared plus 9, but you plus 3. You plus 3. Okay, faham maksud? All the other things, you don't need to change. Square root of x squared plus 9 remain, 3 also remain, but you tukar the sign. Negatif jadikan positif, kalau positif jadikan negatif. Okay, this is what I meant by the third conjugate. Boleh? Okay, now one common mistake is common mistake that some of your seniors will do this lah, is you also tukar the sign under the square root. So some of you say, okay, the conjugate is this one. But this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Why? You only tukar the sign that is outside the square root. Inside the square root, jangan tukar dia punya sign. Okay? X square plus 9 remain as x square plus 9. Don't change to x square minus 9 lah. This is wrong. Okay? Boleh ah? Outside square root only. Okay? Outside square root only. So step 3, okay? Multiply by conjugate over conjugate, okay? Multiply by conjugate over conjugate. So limit x approaches 0, copy paste. Okay. Now multiply this one by conjugate is square root x square plus 9 plus 3 over square root x square plus 9 plus 3. Okay, my conjugate is this one. This is my conjugate. Boleh? Okay. Okay, and then simplify. Simplify this one. Okay, simplify. Okay, one by one. One by one. Okay, we put a fraction. Okay. Let's do the numerator and then denominator lah. Okay. Now numerator after simplify, what do you get? Okay. Now, if you notice, numerator is this one multiplied by this one. Okay. If you notice, it's actually the pattern of what? If you notice, this one is in the pattern of a minus b multiplied by a plus b. Correct. Just you have a square root. Okay. Let's say you have a square root. Let's say you have a square root there. Okay, never mind. Okay. A minus b, a plus b is a square minus b square, correct? So let's use this one. It's a bit faster, okay? You want to expand the bracket also can, but that one you spend some time. So we can do one straightforward method, which is a minus b, a plus b. So it's a square minus b square. A square is what? A is your, this one. This is your a. This is your a. So a square. But this is a square root. So if you square the bracket, the square root and square can cancel. So you only have x square plus 9. So copy what is in the square root only, but without the square root. Okay? So this is your a square. Boleh faham? Minus b square. B is your 3. So 3 square lah, minus 3 square, which is minus 9 lah. Okay? Minus 9. Okay? So the denominator, just multiply only. Don't simplify, don't expand. Just leave it there. So x square multiplied by this one, you also just copy and paste only. No need to multiply. Just put like this only. Okay? Boleh? Okay. Next step. Okay, continue to simplify lah, because you see a 9 and 9 here. So 9 and 9 can cut. Okay, 9 and 9 can cut. If you write one more time, it become x square. It become x square, square root x plus 9 plus 3. Okay, now the situation is different already. Now, I see both numerator and denominator have the same factor. Is it? X square dekat numerator, x square dekat denominator. So, we actually go back to our first technique, factorization. Okay? Cut, cut. Okay? Cut, cut. Factorization. Okay? Okay, why? Actually, you can see at the clue here also. This is x approaches 0, meaning that you need to find x at the numerator and denominator. But in this case, it is x squared, you added 2x. So you also cut both. Okay, you cut both. You cut the x squared, cut the x squared. Okay? Boleh paham? Okay? Rewrite one more time before you substitute, which is 1 over x plus square root x plus 3 plus square root x plus 9 plus 3. Okay? And finally, substitute x equal to 0. One over square root 3 is, 1 over square root 9 is 3 plus 3, so it's equal to 1 over 6. This is the answer. Boleh? Right? So double check. Okay, now let's say you are in the exam, you want to check your answer. So you open your calculator, you type the function. When you substitute x equal to 0.01, you get something like this. And then you say, oh, okay, teacher, I use my method and found that this is a two value that they're very close, right? 1 over 6 is 1.66666. There are many differences. So this one looks like it's correct. But why, if I put many zero very close to 1, it becomes 0. But this one, I know is not the correct answer. So be careful with your calculator. Your calculator boleh tipu. Your calculator can boleh tipu lah. Okay, if you give a too small value, calculator can tipu. Okay, because this is the calculator limitation. Okay. Yes, sorry, I did it wrongly. Where is it? Anything I made a mistake? Is there anything I made a mistake? Can you tell me where is my mistake? I can't see. I copy salah. Which one? Minus 3 plus 3 minus 9 plus 9 minus 9. Where is it? Square root x squared plus 9. Yes, square root x squared plus 9. Yes, square root x squared plus 9. Yes. Square root x squared plus 9. Yeah, correct. This one is wrong. This one is common mistake. Ini salah. Ini salah. The common mistake. Don't do this one. This is the correct one. X squared plus 9 plus 3, right? So this one is x squared plus 9 minus 3. This one is x squared plus 9 plus 3. The conjugate, conjugate is we took out the sign. This one change to positive, right? Is there anything not correct? Or you tell me later, okay? If you want to ask anything, ask me later. Okay. So okay. Okay. Let's give you the last question of today. So this is your, after you have seen this example, let's give you a real example and then you try on your own. Let's try. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, the last example of today's lesson. Okay, after you try, if you correct, okay, then yeah, means you have learned something. Okay, 2 minutes later we discuss. So tell me your answer. Okay, some of you is very fast, you already get the answer. If you want to try an extra example, you can try this one, the more difficult one. Both of these is 3 marks. Okay, you can try this. Or for those of you, for the rest of you, this one is your homework. Lah. Okay, this is your homework. Okay, this one is more difficult. Okay, good. Okay, you also get the answer. Okay, all right, good. Okay, most of you can get the correct answer lah. Huh? Okay, so I think it should be okay. All right, if you have extra time, try the next example. Perhaps we can discuss also. Okay, never mind. Let's discuss for the first example first. Okay, for the rest of you, if you find difficulty for this question, actually this one is also very similar like just now lah. Okay, this one is different. Okay, this one is different. Okay, also the clue is always the same. If x approaching -2, first you write x equal to -2, x plus 2 equal to 0. So here tell you the clue is you need to factorize x plus 2. In the denominator already okay, no problem. But in the numerator, there is a problem because you see a cert here. Okay, so you need to multiply by the conjugate over conjugate. So what is the conjugate? Okay, copy paste. Okay, the conjugate is you copy and paste this one, but you change the tukar dia punya sign, but outside the square root, outside the square root. So square root x plus 3 plus 1 over x square root x plus 3 plus 1 also. Okay. So as I tell you, the numerator is just a square minus b square. So one simple way is copy and paste what is inside the square root, and then minus 1 square is 1. Okay. So the denominator, I say just copy and paste only. No need to really multiply. Just do like this. Okay. So this one, plus 3 minus 1, you get x plus 2, correct? You get x plus 2. So actually, you can show one more step, lah, but it's okay. I know this is x plus 2. I can cut with this. So I get 1 over this one. Okay. And finally, substitute x equal to -2. Square root 1 plus 1, 1 over 2. Okay. Good. Okay, let's try the last one before you leave. This one require more techniques. Okay. I think it's correct. Okay, some of you have positive, some of you have negative. Be careful a bit. This one. Okay, I forgot it's positive or negative. Maybe you need to check it. One of you is wrong. I don't know who is wrong. Okay, 1 more minute we discuss. Okay, let's do it together. Okay, some of you get 5/3, some of you get -5/3. Okay, I have seen half lah. Half get positive, half get negative. Okay, I know where is the problem. Okay, so let's see who is correct. Okay, so you apply the same method. So now I think you're okay. Let's straight away multiply by the conjugate over conjugate, which is 1 plus square root x square minus 8. 1 plus square root x square minus 8. Okay, so now denominator can do it very fast, which is 1 minus in the bracket. Remember, must be in the bracket of x square minus 8. Okay, numerator, copy and paste only. Okay, okay, this one is denominator is 9 minus x squared, right? 1 plus 8, 1 plus negative, positive. 9 minus x squared, this one is x squared minus 6 minus x squared minus x minus 6. Okay, so if you notice, you need to factorize something, right? What is the thing you need to factorize? The clue is that x approaches 3. So you want to see whether you can factorize x minus 3 or not in both numerator and denominator. In this example, it's very good to try because both numerator denominator you haven't seen yet. So both you have to factorize. Okay. So I think you have idea factorization should be at here. Okay. For the numerator, this one is you also factorize. Okay. One by one. Numerator factorization is okay because you tekan your calculator, or some of you can do the factorization very fast. You have a clue already, x minus 3, the other one should be x plus 2, right? Oh, yeah, sorry, in the square root is minus. Yes, sorry, this one is minus, Thanks. Okay. Okay. Multiply by 1 plus square root x square minus 8. Okay. Now, some of you having a difficulty here. Those of you who get the different answer is because your factorization of the denominator. That's here. 9 minus x squared, how you factorize? Okay. Now, let me predict. Is it that because you do this? If you tekan your calculator, factorize quadratic, -109 in your ABC, calculator tell you one is positive 3, one is negative 3. So some of you might do a mistake. X plus 3, x minus 3. Which is wrong? Did anyone do this mistake? This is wrong, Why? You cannot do like this. Okay? Because if you expand this one, is x squared minus 9. 9 minus x squared, you have a negative difference. Okay? So the correct one should be 9 minus x squared is 3 square minus x squared. So you use a square minus b square. Okay, this one is okay. So you get 3 plus x, 3 minus x. Okay, 3 plus x, 3 minus x. So some of you see the negative sign you forgot. Yes, correct. So that is the thing. Okay, so that's why some of you get have a negative positive difference. Okay, so if you continue to do, then you would see, okay, now you want to cancel x minus 3. This one is 3 minus x. So you see actually there's a negative you need to take out. You need to take out another negative. All right. So okay, when you do that, please show it really well. So I just copy and paste on here because most of the thing is the same. just only that I want to take out a negative from here. 3 minus x become x minus 3, but I take out a negative. You understand? Right? If you bring a negative out, you terbalikkan the a minus b become b minus a. Okay? So now I can cancel, cut. Okay? I can cut and cut. Okay, write one more time before you substitute. Remember, there is a negative sign. So it's better that you put the negative sign outside first, so you won't forget it. Last before you substitute, and finally substitute. Then you get your answer. Okay. All right, so the answer is negative 5 multiply 2 over 6. So it's negative 5 over 3. Yes, some of you get it correctly. Okay. Boleh. Okay. So like this lah. This one is the reality lah in your exam. Okay. So with that, I think that's all for today class. Okay. So we see again in next Monday. Okay. So that's all for today. Okay. Thank you for joining and see you. Goodbye.